Hello. My name is Mira. I am a student of English literature, and this is my story. I want to tell you about my life in London and my amazing teacher. You can follow my journey, learn English with me, and perhaps find inspiration for your own learning. Chapter 1: A New Beginning. It was a beautiful summer day, and I was traveling by train. Two women were sitting opposite me, speaking English. Although I didn't understand much, I decided to give it a try. I was studying English, but as a beginner, I knew very few words. I gathered courage and started a conversation with them, using basic English. To my delight, they understood me. This small success made me happy. I told them I wanted to learn English, and they shared that they were from England, returning home from a conference. Our conversation lasted about 10 minutes before I reached my stop. Before parting, the women kindly gave me their address and phone number, inviting me to visit them in England. That meeting sparked a change in me. From then on, I worked on my English every day. I translated texts, watched films, and practiced regularly. In 6 months, my English improved significantly. But I wanted more. I wanted to study English in London. Chapter 2: Life in London. When I arrived in London, I joined a school to improve my English. My first lesson was on a Monday. I met my teacher and classmates, all from different parts of the world. My teacher, a young and kind woman, welcomed us warmly. She introduced us to her unique and effective teaching method. "You don't have to study textbooks," she said. "Instead, use English in your daily life. Speak it, listen to it, and live it." This approach resonated with me. I had never liked studying grammar and vocabulary from textbooks, they only confused me. The idea of using the language to communicate made perfect sense. Our first lesson was about hobbies. We paired up and spoke about our interests, using simple English. I enjoyed every moment. It was a refreshing way to learn. Chapter 3: Learning Vocabulary. The next day, during class, one of the students asked a great question: "What's the best way to learn new words?" Our teacher explained, "The most effective way to learn vocabulary is by reading. When you read, you learn new words twice as fast as those who don't. Aim to read for at least 30 minutes every day." She emphasized choosing interesting texts suited to our level. If a text was too difficult or uninteresting, we might lose motivation. Whenever we encountered unfamiliar words, she advised us to look them up in a dictionary and understand their meanings. Reading also helps us understand how words connect in sentences. It's not just about memorizing words, but also learning how to use them effectively. Chapter 4: Practicing Pronunciation. On Wednesday, a quiet student from South Korea shared his struggle with pronunciation. Although he understood English well, he found it challenging to speak confidently. Our teacher introduced us to a technique called shadowing. Shadowing, she explained, is copying what you hear in real time. Listen to native speakers in videos or audio recordings, then repeat their words and sentences as closely as possible. We practiced shadowing in class, and I found it fascinating. It felt like a natural way to improve pronunciation. Chapter 5: Thinking Aloud. On Thursday, a new student, Elizabeth from Italy, joined our class. She impressed us all with her fluent English and excellent pronunciation. When asked about her progress, she shared that she practiced techniques she had learned from our teacher a year ago, including thinking aloud. Curious, I asked our teacher about it. Thinking aloud, she explained, means saying your thoughts out loud in English. It's a powerful way to improve fluency because you train your brain to think in the language you're learning. Elizabeth elaborated on her experience. "At first, it was difficult to simplify my thoughts in English, but over time, it became natural. Now, I think and speak in English without translating from Italian. This inspired me to try thinking aloud. It felt strange at first, but I realized how quickly it helped me form sentences and express myself better." Chapter 6: A New Job and New Friends. In addition to school, I wanted to practice English outside the classroom. A visit to the job center led me to a part-time job as a waitress. It was perfect. I could practice English with customers and colleagues. I also joined the school's football team. The team had players from all over the world: Brazil, Japan, Russia, Spain, and more. Playing sports and communicating with my teammates made my time in England even more enjoyable. Final thoughts. My journey to learning English has been full of challenges and discoveries. From using simple English to communicate on a train to mastering techniques like shadowing and thinking aloud, every step has brought me closer to fluency. If you're learning English, here's my advice: read for at least 30 minutes daily. Listen to English audio and videos. Think aloud to practice fluency. Speak as much as possible, even if your sentences are simple. Learning a language is not just about studying, it's about living the language. Embrace it, use it, and let it become a part of your life.